Okay, now in this video I will just show you how to execute, update, alter table, all these commands. Though it is the same thing, but I will just still go through it once. Um, First of all, say I want to update. Fine, look at this table. If we have a faculty table, and say imagine there was a faculty named um, APC, and I want to replace this name as AMD. Fine, that is what I was trying to do. So on a normal circumstances, we'll write update table name, update faculty, set fname equal to this, where fname equal to whatever. That means not under normal circumstances, the query would have been update table name, that is your faculty, and you would have written set fname was a field where I wanted to make the change. Set fname equal to the new value, that is AMD, where fname equal to APC. That would have been the command in a normal circumstances. Now this I would try to write. I have all my connection object, cursor object as usual. So what I will do, look at this. First we will write, let us do it in a slightly different way. I was talking about only the percentage, that method always, but let us do it in a different way. We will try to make use of the format function. That means we'll try to do it, we'll try to represent all the things which are to be replaced by curly bracket. And in curly bracket, I was talking about in the previous video, you can write the names also. Okay, named parameters, it can be named parameters also. Okay, let's see an example of that. Um, so say I took a string here, I took a string variable str, and I wrote str equal to, I took again 3 quotes so that I can write the commands in 3 different lines or 2 different lines, whatever it is. So I wrote update, fine, faculty, I wrote, fine. And say beforehand only I input 2 variables, I forgot to write that. Say one was old value, I have input, and another was new value for the faculty name. Old value also have input, new value also have input by proper input function. Now str equal to update faculty, where we will write uh, fname equal to the old value. So here what I have done, I have just written a curly bracket, fine. And since this is supposed to be a value, a non-numeric value, so this has to come within a pair of single quotation mark. We know the rule. And here I wrote, say, O, fine. And sorry, it has to be set fname equal to, I wrote the other way around, set fname equal to the new name, that is N, I wrote here, where fname equal to the old value. So again, I maintained the same rule and I wrote here O. This is the command. So when the command code gets over, I have to put these codes back. So I put my triple quotes back and I wrote this dot format here only. There's no space here. I'm writing here down below. I wrote dot format function. We will write now the values. Now here the advantage of writing this N and O is we can write here very clearly. We can write here if we want to O equal to, we can give the value O equal to old, and we can write N equal to new. So here there will be no confusion at all. Okay, I don't have to look into all these things and remember the order. That is the advantage of writing into this format. Okay, so O equal to old, when you're writing, so obviously it is to replace, this value is to replace whichever placeholder has the symbol O. Okay, it can be a word also. I can write a word also here if you want to. So this is called the parameterized query, basically, right? Parameterized, named parameterized query. Obviously, it is a parameterized query, but it is a kind of a name is also provided. So named query, basically. Um, and then the rule is again same. If since you brought about a change in the structure of the table faculty, so you have to write your connection object was MC. You have to write MC dot commit. That function, as usual, has to be there. So this is how you can execute update command also. And another thing I will tell you here in connection with this, that is alter table. Say it is quite often we need to insert a new column or delete an existing column. If we have a situation like this, then how will you deal with? Say here we want to insert a new column. Okay, I want to insert a new column called CT, and it is given that CT should be of character 20. Okay, so the normal the command is, we know that here we have to write alter table table name. That is the syntax. Alter table name is faculty. Okay, and in order to add a new field, we write the word add. We write the name of the field that we want to. Name of the field we wanted as city, and we want this is to be character 20 or character whatever. So this is the command. So now I want this one to be left it to the user. I want to leave it to the user because this name city or whatever name he wants to give, let him choose. Okay. So what I have done, I have input the column. Imagine I've taken a variable called column, and I have asked user that you input the new column name that you want to have. Right. So the command accordingly in terms of str, you can write here like this, that str equal to, again you can put within triple quotes or whatever you want. Okay, the command will be alter table name faculty. Okay, alter table faculty, um, add the name. Now here I will use, imagine I'm using the normal way of the percentage sign. So I will write here percentage S. Now look at this very, very carefully. I did not embrace it within a pair of single quotation mark. If you remember in my first video, I told you when you are trying to represent a column, or you are trying to represent an operator, or you are trying to represent a table name by writing this percentage sign and S, do not embrace it by single quotation mark. Single quotation mark comes only when you are talking about a value. Here, city is not a value, city is a column. So add this thing and char 30. So here my command is over. So I'll put my triple quotes back, dot, you know, not dot, sorry, I used percentage S. So I will use normal method, that is percentage, and I will provide the value. My value was COL, so I provide the value. That's it. Okay, this is how also you can write the whole thing. Or if you do not want to write this, complete it here. Take a variable called parameter. This rule also I told you in the first day. You can imagine, you can just create a tuple like this, one element tuple. You can write here column, okay, or just write column like this. If you have multiple values, you can write comma, 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 whatever it is, and then you can give the command. Okay, doesn't matter whatever string you prepare, finally you have to write this command, this function, that is cursor.execute. Cursor.execute, now I will give the value, my str, and we can write a percentage array. Okay, then the command will be complete. And then finally, again the rule is same, that is we will always write mc.commit. Connection.commit. And I did not write the full code in any of the examples today because the space is very less here. But make it a habit that whenever the work is done, you close the connection. That is, we write mc.close. Fine. So we will remember the commit function is very, very important when you are using update, insert, alter, all these things. Like just like the way I've inserted a new column here, you could have deleted a column also. You could have written here alter table whatever, and then you write drop column. You have to write drop column, column name. So in place of column name, you can again put percentages if you want to leave the column name onto user. Let user decide whichever column he wants to remove. We will just remember one rule, that whenever we have to represent uh, a table name or a column name, if we want to replace it by using this kind of parameter, percentages will never be within single quotation mark. That rule is applicable when we are talking about a value of a column when you're talking about, only then that rule is applicable, right?